Hey guys, so I know that it's been a minute before I gave you guys a YouTube video, and let's say, well, I won't say let's say, but I am officially a mommy now. I have a car seat in the back and everything. I don't know what to say, but that's why I have been MIA. I haven't made a YouTube video. Really, I mean, I've been on social media like Instagram, here and there, but as far as YouTube, I've been away because I become a mommy. Yes, I am a mommy now, and it is rewarding and challenging in itself. So I just want to come and give you guys my birth story, just for memories. And I know it's a lot of people that have subscribed to my channel that I know personally, that do not know that I have became a mom. So I really want to share my birth story with you guys and let you know everything that has happened, and where we are now. So I'm officially a boy mom. I gave birth on June 28, 2025, 3:31 a.m. My baby boy arrived at 3:31 a.m. and it was so challenging. I'm gonna start off by saying, so I gave birth at 39 weeks. I am 34 years old, and I be forgetting how old I am because time be flying. So I gave birth at 39 weeks. And so I just remember, because I gave birth on a Saturday, Thursday my contractions started. So it was the weirdest thing. I remember going to the mailbox, getting some mail, and I remember seeing my leasing agent, and she was like, "Girl, you look tight." Like my stomach looked tight. And I was just like, yeah. I was like, I've been having a little contractions, but I've been having contractions for maybe like a couple of weeks now. So it wasn't anything, new or, out of the ordinary. Like, okay, I've been having contractions or Braxton Hicks or whatever they kind of say that they are. And, and so I remember going in the house. That was around like 7. I remember going in the house, and around 9 p.m., like the real contractions started. I guess those contractions or whatever that was going on when I spoke with her, or like around 7, was kind of like probably like the prelude to what I was about to start experiencing. And so yeah, they were like 20 something minutes apart around 9 p.m. They were like 20 something minutes apart. And I really didn't know like what was going on. I didn't know like, okay, they're 20 minutes apart. That didn't start happening until maybe around like 11 or whatnot. And that's when I was just like, I need to start timing these, because it was just coming. And I was just like, what is going on? Like, you search, throughout the pregnancy, like what are contractions feel like what do contractions feel like or whatnot. And they say, oh, it's like mild cramping, and sure enough, yes, it is like mild cramping, but baby, it's like no other. And I have endometriosis, so I kind of deal with like heavy bleeding and cramping. I wouldn't say severe cramping, but it is like, it's more of a heavy bleed and more of the pain tolerance of, like cramping. But I do get like heavy cramping or intense cramping. But it was nothing like that. It wasn't anything like that at all. And I was just like, what is going on? And so it was just like, okay, it feels like I'm cramping or whatnot. And so Akeem was like, Akeem is my child's father. So he was like, you want to take a shower, like, kind of get yourself loosened up, or, like feeling more comfortable or whatnot. And at that time, it started being like 15 minutes apart. And that's when I had my phone, I had the notes, and I was just like writing the times down. And that's how I could see like the gradual timing of like, it started 20 minutes, then it started being 15, then it started being 10, then it started being 5. And I was just like, oh, today is the day. Like, today I'm gonna give birth. And that's what I was thinking, because my contractions was like coming, they were coming back to back. And so I couldn't even take a shower. When I got in the shower, the pain or the contractions started being so intense that like I really couldn't even take a shower. I had to stop the shower, get out. And I was just like, no, I can't do this. Like it was just so much. It was just so much. So I got on my yoga ball, and I was bouncing on the yoga ball, and I was just like, just in my mind, like, I'm really about to become a mom. Like, this is something I have dreamt of for so long. Just like, I've dreamt about this for so long, about how things would go, the gender. Now, I already knew that I was gonna have a baby boy around like 15 weeks or whatnot. But actually, it's crazy. A little backstory, really quick. The first ultrasound that I had, they told me it was a girl. That was a lie. So it, my 20-week anatomy, she was like, oh, I see a little hot dog. So they reference like hot dog or hamburger, girl or boy. And so I was just like, hot dog? Like, they told me that I was gonna have a girl. So that was just like a little backstory or whatnot that was really crazy, like thinking I was about to have a girl. Had the name picked out and everything. Her name was gonna be Dream. And come to find out it was a boy. So what me and the father had, if it was a girl, he was gonna name her, and if it was a boy, then I would name him. And so of course my name is Ashley, and baby boy's name is Ashton. So I just felt like that would be something that was kind of, close and near to me, and it's something that I never kind of, I already knew like what his name would be if I had a boy. It was just like something, and it was between Amir. It was between Amir and Ashton and Aiden. Yeah, Aiden, Amir, and Ashton. And so I went with Ashton because Ashton, But yeah, to get back, so yes, what was I? So yeah, so mid shower I had to get out. I was just like, I couldn't take it or whatnot. I'm on the yoga ball at this point, and at this point it's like 10 minutes. No, 15, then it was like 10 minutes, and then I took another, and I had to get in the shower, and I was just like, because I'm about to be bust wide open, like I can't, like, not that I had a smell or anything, but I just wanted to be fresh. I wanted to be clean, and so I was just like, I need to take a shower because, just watching other people's birth story and hospital stay and everything, the shower was something that was heavily talked about based on like the water pressure, you just not really being comfortable. And then your first shower, especially like at home, was gonna be like the best feeling. And so I just was like, let me just get clean. And at the time, they still was like 10 minutes apart, but it was like a little, like I could handle the pain or the contractions a little more around that time. I don't know why, like as I got closer, as the contractions got closer, like I could handle the contractions more. I know that sounds so weird, but basically that's, what happened or whatnot. And so King was asleep, so like I'm on the yoga ball and I'm just bouncing, and I'm just like, it's no way I can sleep. It's just no way I could go to sleep tonight. I'm like, and I'm just coming to terms with what's about to happen. I'm just like, it's just no way that I'm going to be able to go to sleep, like, or go into the next day with this going on. And so I knew I didn't want to hurry up and rush to the hospital because, they say labor at home and yada yada yada. But my water hasn't broken at that time. No mucus plug, like nothing had happened but contractions. So I was just like, but at this point it started being 5 minutes apart, and it's like 3:30 something in the morning, and I'm just like we gotta go to the hospital. So I'm waking up again. I'm like, it's time. Mind you, he don't even have his hospital backpack. I had mine ready months ago, and of course, being a man, he didn't have his stuff ready. He didn't have his stuff ready, so he's trying to get his stuff ready or whatnot, and I'm just trying to get everything ready, like to take my dog to my best friend's house, because I'm like, I'm not sure what's about to happen, and I don't want to leave her in there, because like, how you gonna leave your dog in the hospital? I mean, at the house, and you at the hospital, you don't know how long you're gonna be there. And so we end up dropping her off at his house and going there, and guess what? Like, I was not dilated. 0%. So as I'm in the hospital, like, the contractions are 4 minutes apart at this point. And yeah, they're like, they came in and they were like, you know, they was gonna check my cervix to see, you know, how far I was dilated, whatever. And he was like 0%, zero effaced or something. I don't know the technology terms. I mean, the medical terms, not the technology term, the medical terms. And so I'm just like, it's no way I can go home with these contractions. Like, how am I supposed to deal with this? Like, I can't sleep. Like, I'm so uncomfortable. Like, something's gonna have to happen. So he was like, okay, we're gonna wait like an hour to come back and check you again to see, you know, have anything changed. Lo and behold, he come back an hour. I am 2 centimeters dilated. So I'm like, okay, cool, yes, like, we can, you know, get the ball rolling, we can do something. And okay, so he's just like, we can admit you now. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I wanted an all natural, no epidural labor, and that's what I got, kind of, sort of. And so yeah, so like, I got well, I was 2 centimeters dilated. So they admitted me. I was in triage. I was waiting, you know, to get into the room and everything. And so I basically labored until I was about 4 centimeters in triage. And it was going pretty quick. Like, the next hour they checked me, I was like 3 centimeters at that point. And so, like, my sister came down, and, you know, we're talking and, you know, just trying to pass time along. People are coming or whatnot. Well, only really my sister came and my mom came. Yeah, so it was just like, at that point, before like I actually gave birth, those were the only 2 people that came to see me, to kind of see, like, you know, what's going on, what can they do and whatnot. And because my sister, she had to go out of town for business, so she just kind of wanted to make sure she kind of touched bases with me before she left and whatnot. But my birthing experience was so beautiful. Like, once I got into the delivery room, like where you actually deliver the baby and whatnot, as I left triage, I was the yoga ball was my best friend. The contractions, I don't think would have been tolerable if it wasn't for the I don't think, for me, the peanut ball didn't do much. The peanut ball did not do much at all. But the yoga ball for me did a lot. And it was just hip rotation, bouncing. Those are the 2 techniques that really helped me kind of progress along and have those contractions be tolerable, because it wasn't that bad. It really, really wasn't that bad. Now, they did start me on Pitocin, and I was just like, and I think probably because it was just so weird. I feel like I was laboring backwards. Like I was having all the contractions. They was coming 5 minutes apart. You know, when it's 5 minutes apart, you about to have a baby. That wasn't my case, like, because my water had not broken, and I was not fully dilated, and I wasn't like dilating as quickly. Like, you know how you hear some people say, oh, they gave birth within 30 minutes, you know, an hour after having 5 minutes of contractions. Like, that wasn't my story. So they gave me the Pitocin to, you know, get things rolling, and I was like eating those contractions, I felt like, with the Pitocin. It was really smooth for me. Like I said, I had the yoga ball, and I think that really helped me and whatnot. And then what really came along was Friday. I was not dilating as much as I wanted to. So like, I got to 7 centimeters, and it kind of basically like stopped or whatnot. And I was already like kind of high on the Pitocin already, and like for 4 hours I was just stuck at 7, and I was kind of drained because I wasn't really I wasn't really, I would say, comfortable, because like the Pitocin, it's a synthetic drug. So like, it just didn't really sit well with me. But I knew that I would have been in there for so long because the contractions were so intense. They were so intense, and they was coming by so quickly. Like I said, when I got to the hospital, I was having contractions every 4 minutes, and that literally what was going on the entire labor. I was having contractions like every 4 minutes, and I'm just like, my body is ready, but my baby's not ready. He was not ready to come, I guess, because like he just wasn't ready to come because I wasn't dilated enough. So the Pitocin was helping, and it wasn't as bad. Like they were intense, but the breathing and just taking your mind somewhere else, and the little birthing cone, you hold in your hand, and I just really had a good support with my child's father. He really was there, taking my mind off things. He just made the situation much smoother when it came to, mentally what was going on, and just kind of like I did get it's something like I needed to go to sleep because I was so exhausted. By this time I had been up for 24 hours because I was trying to really have a natural labor, and I just had some other things that just was not allowing me, the contractions was just not allowing me to have that ideal delivery when it came to the contractions being at 5 minutes apart, and water not being hadn't broken yet. And so I was just like, I need to go to sleep, I'm tired. So they gave me some pain medicine or whatever, but it was temporary. It only lasts for like 30 minutes. So I was able to go to sleep, get some relief, and then I think it was maybe like 45 minutes I woke back up, and it was just like, okay, cool, I can really do what I need to do. Because I feel like, hindsight now, if I didn't have that intervention, when it came down to pushing, I don't think I really would have been able to push. I probably would have had an emergency C-section because I was just so exhausted and I could not sleep. I had been up for so long, and it was just like, I just really think it would have been a really bad situation. So I just was really listening to my body. I really would listen to my body, and my body was telling me, you need some rest, girl. You need some rest. And they did allow me to eat. And that's what I did see a lot of women birthing stories, they wasn't allowed to eat. But my midwife, I had like banana crackers and like a little half of a turkey sandwich. And that was pretty much it. After that, I couldn't really eat like anything heavy or anything like really sustainable that was good or whatnot. Because like even with that little stuff, I really felt like I was about to vomit or whatnot. But yeah, so going into Saturday, like I said, I was at a standstill for about 4 hours, and then I was just like, you know what, this is what we're about to do. I told my my nurse at the time, that night nurse, because they be switching, baby, and I told her, I was like, let's go ahead and get the epidural. And what else did I tell her? I was like, let's get the epidural, and like up the Pitocin, because like I'm ready to have this baby. And she was like, all right, Miss Brown, like that's what you want. So I'm like, yeah. So 10 minutes later, I guess the epidural people, anesthesiologists, I guess that's what you call them, but the people that do the epidurals, they came in, told me the risk, signed the consent, and we got right to it, and I was able to go to sleep. And I wasn't as numb as most people say, like how they couldn't feel their legs and stuff. I most definitely could feel mine. I couldn't move it. One leg I couldn't move, but the other one I could. And I don't know if that's was good or not, but yeah. So we got that, and then next thing you know, she was just like, once we get around 9 centimeters, like we're gonna, puncture your water, your sac or whatnot. So it's this thing where they see like if it's some room or whatever, and if it is, then that's not good or something. I can't remember, and that's what I was going through. So we had to wait till I was like 9 centimeters for them to rupture my my bag, my water, to break my water. And so I broke my water, and then next thing you know, like 30 minutes later, boom, I was 10 centimeters. She was like, we're ready to push. And so I had my child's father and I had my best friend Jay in the room with me, and they helped me. They held my legs, and I pushed, and it was just such an out of body experience. Like, it really was. And I really see why women do have a lot of children or really like the birthing experience, because I enjoyed the birthing experience. Now, having multiple kids, I would not do that. I would not do that again. It's just so much that can happen because so my son, he ended up having shoulder dystocia, which means his shoulder got stuck in my pelvic bone. So he did have a fractured clavicle, which is basically the collarbone was fractured or whatnot, and he was not breathing when he came out. So he had fluid in his lungs. He had to be rushed, over where they do the little baby station and everything, and then he had to be transported to the NICU, and where he stayed there for 5 days. And I had to stay in the hospital for 5 days as well, because I had high blood pressure. And so, no, he wasn't in NICU for 5 days. He was in there for 3. Yeah, he was in there for 3. I was at the hospital for 5. And yeah, so I ended up having gestational hypertension, which is high blood pressure due to pregnancy. And so they just wanted to monitor that and everything. So he was in a NICU, and it was just such a scary situation because I felt so detached from my son, because it's just like when you give birth, the biggest thing is that you go into like the mommy and baby room, and there's no baby, it's just you. And although you are able to go into the NICU 24 hours a day or whatnot, it just really was so emotional. I remember just being in the NICU, just crying, like just being so emotional, because I'm just like, did I do something wrong? Like, dang, just placing blame, or just like, and that's why I just say it mentally, I could not have several children at this age, I feel like, because younger, it probably wouldn't have mattered, because I wouldn't have had that mind frame, but I just feel like with just so much that's going on in life, it just really had my mind frame into thinking it's really a life and death situation for real. No matter, even if you have a good partner or not, it still is such a catastrophic moment, because epidural, you can get paralyzed, they say. And then just with the whole birthing experience, it can be a fatal situation. So it's just a lot that really can take place. And I just remember the doctor, or one of the doctors, because once the baby was stuck, my baby was stuck, a lot of doctors came in, because shoulder dystocia is something that's really big, and they do not play about that. And so I just remember the doctor jumping on me, I guess like kind of pushing, or some maneuver that they do when it's a shoulder dystocia or whatnot. And so I just thank God that he really had his hands on me and my child, because it could have went so many different ways, but it did what it needed to do. He had no nerve damage. He can fully utilize his arm. Right now he's like 6 weeks. He'll be 6 weeks tomorrow. And so now, like, he was always able to move it or whatnot, but it has fully healed. It has like a little bump, and they said that's just an indicator that it's healing and whatnot. And so he'll probably always have like a small bump as he get bigger, because it's big. It's not big, you can't really notice it unless you feel it, but they said that when he get older, it'll be like a small bump. And that's his story, and I'm gonna tell him all about what transpired during the birthing experience. But yes, it has been like a roller coaster now. So now we're just going through postpartum. Like I said, I turned 6 weeks. He turned 6 weeks tomorrow, and just dealing with learning who he is, and just adapting, because he is a little colicky, but I feel like he have digestive issues, so we're trying to address that. But other than that, he's really a good baby, and I'm just really just learning, or just waiting for like the growth, where he's able to really understand, like, this is mommy, able to really fully engage with eye contact and smiling and all of those things. So I'm just ready for those milestones, and I just pray that God continue to keep his hand over me and my child as we walk into this journey, as I go into motherhood, as he grows and, you know, being a human and just, you know, figuring out the world and himself. And yes, it was just a lot, and I'm just so thankful that I'm finally able to be a mom and experience it. And I know it comes with its challenges and its pros and cons, but it's pros and cons to everything. And I just have a good system, and I have a good support team, and I'm just so thankful. And I just wanted to come on here and share with you guys my birthing experience, this motherhood journey, and just let you guys know where I've been, and just try to get back on track with, you know, posting or just experiencing and sharing with you guys, because I would like for this to potentially be a extra source of income. It always has been something I wanted to do, but now since I'm a mama, like, now I really need, like, you know, another source of income as well. And I'm just really so thankful. So if it's some people on here, I know it's like 2 people that is going to be very shocked about this video, like, because I haven't talked to them in a minute, and whatnot, and I don't think we follow each other on social media, because they kind of don't have social media, so they know who they are. So I just want to let you guys know I have became a mom. So if you want to reach out to me, and, you know, whatever, then that is totally open to do. And I just wanted to share with you guys. So if you guys have any questions, you know, you can hit me up. If you want to say nice, kind words in the comments, make sure you drop a heart, please. But I really thank you guys, and I wanted to share my experience, just for being on this journey, subscribing to me, and supporting through the comments and likes and shares. So that's